Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a quick video on how to replace a battery on a BMW i3. This is a 2017. As you may have seen in my previous episode, I now have a 2003 Porsche Cayenne, which is going to be replacing this vehicle. I'm going to be doing like a off-road build on this. This is going to be like kind of a more suitable everyday driver. So this is replacing my i3. My i3 is going to be for sale and going to a new owner, so I need to make sure that this is ready to go. And this winter I was getting some issues with the 12 volt battery. I was getting complaints saying 12 volt battery draining while stopped, and just all sorts of weird issues. The 12 volt battery can cause all sorts of random problems on the BMW i3. It's one of the first things to look at. It can cause issues with charging the car. It can cause issues with electronics on the inside, all sorts of faults. It can throw check engine codes and just weird stuff on the car. It seems like the i3s are very, very picky about the battery voltage and the battery level. And I checked the battery status with Beamer Link, I believe it was. It showed me the battery charge state, and I think mine's been around 79%, which is not great. So I bought a brand new Remy battery, which is the OEM battery for BMW, for the i3 at least. So I ordered this directly from Remy, and I've had it on the charger. You must make sure the battery is 100% charged before you put it into the i3. Like I say, the i3 is very picky about battery voltage, so make sure your battery is absolutely 100% charged. That might take you a day or so on a brand new battery. Mine was fully charged. I let it sit on here for 2 hours to make sure it was perfectly charged, and then the charger turned off, meaning it is absolutely 100% charged. So I already pulled off my side covers here, pretty straightforward. I popped this side cover off, I popped this one off. There's no bolts or anything, they're just clipped in. My middle tray here was already unbolted, but it's just 4 bolts here, right there and right here. And this comes out very easy. And then I also twisted off the top of my washer fluid. We can see the battery right here. Not too big of a deal. It's a little bit of a tight space, but luckily there's a decent amount of room here to get everything out. So I will go ahead and start the removal process here and film as I go. You do need to disconnect the high voltage battery first. Pretty much on any electric car, if you're working on it, you should disconnect the high voltage battery. On the i3, there's a little connector here. It might look a little bit different on yours. Mine is a 2017. I know on some 2017s they have the orange plug. Mine, I believe, has the newer style plug. So you pop up this red clip here, and then you pop up this gray or black disconnect switch. Mine is stiff. I'm gonna have to take a pair of pliers and pop it up, and I'll show you all what it looks like when it's popped up. I finally got my high voltage disconnected here. You actually have to press in on this red clip. Once you pop it up, press in on this red clip, and then you can pop up the actual disconnect. So this is now disconnected. I am gonna put a little tool through that hole there so that it can't accidentally fall down while I'm working on the car. So just like this, I've got a tool here that is through that hole so that this accidentally can't get pressed down. We can now go ahead and first remove the strap off the battery. It's just 2 10mm bolts, and then we are going to disconnect the negative terminal. All right, I have my battery hold down removed. My car also has a vent tube in the back there. So when this battery is charging, it can vent, or it can produce some gases. So there is a vent tube attached to my battery. Double check yours before you pull it out. You do not want to break that vent tube. I got my negative terminal off here. It's just a little 10 mil bolt on the top. Pop that off. And then I just kind of move the battery around a little bit so I can get access to my positive terminal. This terminal does have a burstable 12 volt connection. So if this car is in an accident or something like that, this would just burst so that it disconnects the 12 volt from the system. Gas BMW cars have this as well. But anyways, we are going to be loosening this M10 bolt in the back here. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen that, and I'll come back once that's off. I have my old battery out here, so we can see the Remy is the exact same. We do need to transfer these post adapters to the new battery. This is just a Torx bit, pretty easy. Make sure that these are nice and tight though. You don't want these coming loose. So we want to make sure those are nice and tight on our new battery. I think this is the original battery from 2017. So it's definitely past due. Not surprising that it failed. But yeah, these are both 20 amp hour batteries. So we'll go ahead and swap over those adapters. My adapters have been swapped over. Also, if you're interested here, this is the part number for the Remy replacement. So there's the part number there if you're going to order one for yourself. So adapter's on. We're just going to do the reverse order that we took it out. All right, I got my positive connection on here. Make sure it's nice and tight. This is not going to come off. I also forgot to mention, make sure you transfer over your little vent tube, right angle vent tube from your old battery so that we can plug in our vent tube once we slide it in. There we go. Got the new battery in there, negative terminal installed, battery strap installed, and then I have installed my vent tube. So what we need to do now is we need to reconnect the high voltage battery, and the car will then work. Now, this is a BMW, so I apologize for the plane flying above. You do need to register the battery, or I should say you should register the battery. The reason is BMWs have all sorts of features when it comes to the 12 volt battery with pertaining to like the charging algorithm. So as the battery ages, BMW will charge the battery differently based on its age. There's all sorts of different features and things like that. So the car wants to know when a new battery has been installed so that it can reset those algorithms and functions and things like that, and it will make your battery last longer. But you absolutely can use the car without registering the battery. You just won't have all the advantages, and I do highly recommend that you register the battery with your car. All right, here we are in BeamerLink. We can see a 12 volt battery icon. We're going to click on that. And here you can see the battery stats from my old battery. So what we're going to do is we're going to click register new battery, and then it's going to ask us to confirm. We're going to confirm that, and then now we can see here it's showing up the kilometers on the vehicle when it was registered. So we have a fully successfully registered battery, and BMW will now charge the battery appropriately. You do have to purchase BeamerLink, unfortunately. It's like $50 Canadian or something like that. It's not crazy expensive, and it is a good tool to have if you're going to be keeping your i3 or any BMW for a long time. Thanks everyone for watching the video. Definitely like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next video.